how would you just describe what this season has been like for these guys?
It's really special. This group cares about each other more than any group I've really been a part of. From top to bottom, this organization is run so well. They're obsessed with bringing the right people in, and I think they value people more than players. And I think all the success that we've had this year is attributed to the people in this room, and that's not just players, that's coaches, that's staff, that's really everybody. And it's one of the reasons I'm proud to be a Cleveland guy. I love this city. I love the fans. I love this organization. I'm really, really proud to be a part of this group, and this is one of those seasons that I'll never forget.
Austin, after experiencing what you got to experience last October, what is it like being on this side, and what's your message to teammates who haven't been through what you went through last year?
It's gut wrenching, and you get a glimpse in the postseason of you got a real chance, especially when you win a series. You win a series, you're like, all right, we can go do this thing. But when you make it to an ALCS like we did this year, every single guy in here that hasn't been there before now has that experience in their back pocket for the rest of their life. And that's you go into the year, the guys that haven't been here, you go in with an idea of this is how I think we're going to get there. But it's a I think we're going to get there. Now we know exactly the roadmap. We know exactly next year what it takes. And I think this year it started in spring training. Now going into next year, it starts tomorrow. And now we got a group of guys that knows what it feels like, that have been there, that have succeeded and failed. And as much as those successes we've had are amazing, the failures that we experienced in the last week are going to help us grow immensely, and we're going to get to use that next year, and I think that's probably the coolest part about it.
What do you think is missing that can get you over that hump next year? Is there anything that...
There's nothing missing. It's just growing from what we've learned, and we now have the experience. We've been here now. There's a bunch of dudes that haven't been in an ALCS before, haven't been in basically the Final Four, right? So now these guys have been here and they know exactly what they maybe could have done better this series, throughout the season to prepare for it. It's not just what we learned in this series that we lost, but it's everything that we learned throughout the whole season and all the successes that we had too. And it should just make what we need to do this off season, into spring training, into next season, just obvious of what it takes to go one more step. And once you get to the World Series, it's anybody's game.
What was it like watching the growth of Tanner Bybee this year from start to finish?
That guy's going to Cy Young. If it's not next year, it's coming. I mean, the poise that guy has on the mound. I felt like the beginning of the year, he felt like he had something to prove to everybody that his runner-up Rookie of the Year wasn't a fluke. And then his response to the ups and downs was, instead of trying to prove it to everybody, he's like, I'm already good. I'm already great. And then he just was, and he is. And what he did today against a really, really good lineup, that's what we expect out of him. And I mean, he's going to have a trophy on his mantle pretty soon, I'll tell you that.
We've gone every day since like February with these guys. Every day in the playoffs, workouts, games, and it just comes to it. Like it's just a screeching halt. Just what's the hardest part about that?
It's just the group. It's just not being with the group again tomorrow. We love showing up to work every day. That's the best part about this organization. Is it's not even about the game. It's like this group can't wait to get to the field every day, whether it's to work, to play cards, to chirp each other. It's this group truly loves each other, and the hardest part is honestly is not seeing them tomorrow or the next day, and that's really the only thing that's a bummer.